What the hell? Let's have a conversation. Welcome back to jazzmix95.com. I am your host, Marquise, and I have the privilege today of hanging out and welcoming international recording artist Castella. How you doing?
I'm doing really good. How are you?
I'm doing fine. It's been a long time coming for this that I've been trying to get at you, and I said, I got to get her. I heard the music. I love it. I love it. And, I've been doing some research on you.
Uh-oh.
I've been doing my homework and just in case, just to let everybody know, I've been teasing her on the side when we were communicating, like I'm coming for you, all this stuff, yada, yada, yada. But, for the people that don't know you, right?
Yeah.
Tell my people where you're from and how this all got started for you.
Wow. Well, I am from Long Beach, California. Yeah. And, just going back in my life, I've been singing forever, but this journey of being a recording artist kind of started in 2018. And in August 2018, I was just simply going to a session to help a friend with his a couple songs he was recording, actually right. One. And then the second song, I just loved the experience so much. I was asking to be a fly on the wall. But just that whole experience of that, meeting my producer, my friend, and person that mixes and masters my work, Daryl Swan. I met him, and he really kind of, poked the bear, if you will, and said, "Hey, have you ever thought about, doing an EP? Not for any reason other than just, it's just a natural progression for someone who sings like you." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, I never thought about that. Just never really thought that, I had something that good enough to do." But it was, really, I don't think he knew that all of this would happen either when he suggested it, and talking to him today. But it was just that, going in that session and being kind of asked, "Hey, have you ever thought of doing it?" And so began this journey of, songwriting and, listening to stuff that was in my head, the melodies, writing down everything I was thinking, and then, finding someone to actually, produce the music. And this is the first EP. And, man, it just took off from there. And just having that whole fun experience of, recording my first song in the studio, No Ordinary Love, and just going through that whole thing. And then, after we finished everything, it was we were at, I guess, the crossroads of what are we going to do? He said, "So what are you going to do with this? Do you want to?"
No, he didn't.
Really, we were done with it. I did everything I needed to do. And he's like, "So what do you want to do?" And I'm like, "Well, let's release it. Let's share it with the world." And so Here I am. I shared it with the world, and wow, I mean, there's a whole lot more that went on to get to where I am now. But that's kind of the beginning of it, Yeah.
So your name, Castella, right?
Yeah, and you say it so well. Thank you.
Well, I'm going to tell you why I say it so well. So I was thinking about it, and when I first saw the single online, and I was like, "Oh, I got to buy this. She sounds really good. I'm loving this," And we started playing it on jazzmix95.com, and the name just hit me. And I was like, Castella. Where have I heard that before? Okay, I'm going to let you go first. How did you get the name Castella?
Well, Castella is actually my grandmother's nickname.
Okay.
My grandmother, Kathleen, we would go to Alabama every summer, and she was Miss Castella to everyone. It was a term of endearment, Miss Castella. And I'm actually named after her. My name is Kathy. My real name, my government name is Kathy.
We're not both.
Yes, I was named after her. But actually, both of my grandmothers, Kathleen and Rebecca. So my name is Kathy Rebecca. And so, in trying to decide what my, once we got to, we're going to release this, who was I going to be, or how was I going to, release myself? At the time I was working as a human resources director for a local government agency, and I kind of felt that, do I want to use my name? I don't know, trying to keep like the separation of, my real job and, what I was, really my passion. And so I kind of toyed with, being Kathy, just Kathy, actually a name of just Kathy is my stage name, and, or Kathy Thompson, or what my name is. or Kathy, and then I threw out to my friend, what about Castella? And he's like, yes.
That has such a beautiful ring to it. It does.
Yeah.
So so for the one name, because people are like, oh, Marquise, boom, that's it. And I don't really use my real name, and we know how that works. And when I was hosting my TV show, people are like, no, get rid of the last name. Your last name's not going to work. And then so the Marquise came in. So the Castella, right? So it was hitting me. And I was like, where did I hear that before? Where did I hear it before? So this is where I heard Castella before. This is going to blow your mind, right?
Hi.
I was stationed in Japan. I was part of the Navy for like about, in Japan for 6 years. You know where I'm going with this?
Yes, I do.
Okay, there you go. So I was like, wait a minute. And then I looked the picture up online. I said, oh my God, there goes Castella. So Castella is that like the wagashi type of cake that the Japanese people make. And you cut long pieces and there you go. I was like, I thought it was cool. I said in my head one time when we were playing your music, because Mojito is my jam, by the way. We're going to get to that. Yeah. And I said, there goes cake. I like cake. You know what I mean? It was kind of funny like that. So, okay. So were you out there actually when you got started? Were you out there like actually doing shows and stuff like that to get your feet wet?
Doing shows? After I kind of lost my job, or I was, I had to kind of resign there. It was kind of like, wow, here I had this thing. It was in talking to Daryl. My family was really supportive too. We made the decision that I would go out and, try to make this happen. And so I had kind of started going around town and, doing some jam sessions and, hanging out and meeting some folks, and met some really cool people in the blues community who are, still my friends and everything. And so I was kind of doing some stuff, but the pandemic really shut everything down. And it did. But I was, I had an opportunity to sing on the Queen Mary, which I think now they're going to shut that down. But I sang on the, I think it's sinking. But anyway, that's a whole nother show. What's happening with Queen Mary in Long Beach. But to say I sang on that boat is pretty cool, that ship. But I, sang with some friends, a guy named Bill Grisolia, and Lester Lands. They just really took me under their wings as this new girl in town, and so I was singing with him, and there was a club in Pasadena that I was singing at called The Mix. And just really having fun out there, just getting a little bit of exposure. Right. And that was all before, I had released my record to radio. And so once I released my record to radio, that's the pandemic hit. So it was kind of at the same time, everything started kind of happening. So, but yeah, I was getting out there and doing some performing and singing. So, yeah.
So let's talk about releases, because, I did a little bit on you, a little research and stuff like that. I'm going to read some things off for our people. 2019, the releases, Thinking About You, you had Mojito, right? Yeah. And No Ordinary Love. Now, was that about me? No? Okay, forget about it. Okay, so we're going to keep it moving. 2020, Let Me Love You. Yeah. That's when I first heard about you.
Oh, really?
And I was like, oh my God. And then I went back and I found Mojito. I'm going to ask you about that. So Let Me Love You, for the people at home who are watching right now and they don't know. So, Castella's work on Let Me Love You garnered her a nomination for the President's Award, Newcomer of the Year, and Best Female Artist of 2020, as well as being named Artist of the Year by Central Standard Time Show.
Yeah.
2021, because I'm hanging out with you now. So we had Central Standard Time, right? And the current release, So Glad I Met You, which there's going to be a video for that we spoke about, prior to this. So
there will be.
You're stacking up some stuff here. And the thing about it is that really drew me to you. And I hope our, listeners will go out there and check you out too. You have a very soulful sound. It is beautiful. Like I could put you on any time in the car and be like, there it is.
Aww.
That's what I'm talking about, right? And that's why I named you Miss LBC. And we're going to get to that. So all these songs in this catalog building up, how do you come up with ideas for things for songs? You know what I mean? Talk to me about the premise and what is how you say that? What is it? The master? Anyway, I'm messing it up, but you know what I'm saying? The method to your madness. There you go.
The method to my madness. I can honestly say I don't really have a method to my madness. I could just be kind of walking along and I'll get a melody and I'll record it. Or I get a lot of my melodies from when I'm in the shower.
Right.
But I'll tell you this really, really cool, funny story. My church, which is in Long Beach, we would do this thing where we would walk around and hug one another as part of the service. And they were like, the musicians and everybody would always kind of scramble around for a song to play at that time. And so they knew I had been writing. They're like, oh, write a song, write a welcome song. And I'm like, okay. And so that week I was in a meeting doing my HR work, and we were in a meeting with the fiduciary, which is dealing with the money. And all of a sudden I got this melody in my head and the lyrics for this song. Welcome, welcome, we welcome you today. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And so it was in my head. And I'm like in this meeting, and I wrote down all the lyrics, and I'm in this meeting keeping that melody going. Welcome, welcome, we welcome you. And I just kept on with that in my head because I didn't want to lose it. So I went outside, and as soon as that meeting was over, I darted out and I recorded the song so I could remember it. And during that week, one of my musicians, I sent it to him, and he put some music to it. He sent it to the pastor, I think that Friday or whatever it was. He liked it, and he said, I want you guys to do it Sunday. So this was in a matter of a week. And
Wow.
So
Wow.
sometimes it comes when it comes, and I can say that was probably my one song that I've sang and performed the most, because I sing it every Sunday, and it was great.
That's kind of funny. Do you do like me? Because I got to the point where I used to keep a pad. I used to work with record companies and all these other people, and I used to keep a pad and a pencil. I mean, a pen and a pad by my bed. And it was the craziest thing. Like 2:00 in the morning, I'm rolling up, something would pop in my head, and I was like, oh, I'll remember it tomorrow morning, and I would never be able to remember it. So now it's like pen and pad, let's go, and write it down. So it's just crazy. One of those things where it's like, I got to get it now. And so now I got versed with the recorder on my iPhone, and I'm like, let me go get this real quick. Hey guys, hold on. I got to do a couple of things real quick. Where's he going now? Don't worry about it. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it's just one of those things. I want to get back to Mojito, right?
Okay.
I looped that part. What are you saying? Are you saying in the beginning, sing, 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 sing? Are you saying that?
I am. That is so funny.
How did you come up with that? Because every time I listen to that, that's like one of those spur of the moment things. Like, were you in the booth and say, look, we just throw this, I'm feeling it?
You know what? It wasn't nothing like that. I was Daryl had asked me a question, I think, or I said, do you want me to sing? Okay. And he recorded it. He recorded it. And when I came out of the booth, he was cracking up, and he's like, and then they're like, and because I guess I was responding and talking in rhythm. And that's what my friend Charlotte said. You just speak in rhythm when you're there. And so that was like sing, 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 sing. Oh, okay. And that was just me responding. Like, you want me to sing right now? Sing, sing. Oh, okay. And that's
how it happened.
That's how it happened.
That is so hot at the beginning of that song.
Yeah.
It's just like, I said, man, I wonder if she's in the booth just impromptu, and they were like, she was just sitting there ready to go, and she just said, sing, sing, sing. And I'm like, and the beat comes in, and it just all rolls on out. And I'm like, damn, that's my jam. I love your other music, but that's my jam.
Yeah, that was Daryl's creation doing that. I just kind of, I came out of the booth, and I'm like, well, what is that? And that's going to be part of the song or something. I mean, I didn't even think that was going to be part of the song at all. I just thought he was having fun, because in studio, you do all kind of, he records everything. And
there you go.
So if I burp, if I do anything, he could totally blackmail me right now. Like, hey, I got all your burps.
Wow. Hey, so where can my people find your music?
They can find my music on any platform, on my website too, but I'm everywhere. You can find it on Apple, Spotify, Amazon, YouTube, and also on my website at castellamusic.com.
And I was about to say that, and you took the words right out of my mouth. Is anybody else on the team? You're outside of Daryl?
I'm on. Yes. Oh, I have a marvelous team. My producers. My first producer was Corey Stampley, who is the creator of Mojito and my entire first EP.
Loving him.
Yeah, he's dope. And of course, Daryl Swan is my vocal producer, and he's the mixer, and he mastered that entire project as well. So moving on to my next projects, Let Me Love You was produced by Jeff Kennedy, who was a producer out of Detroit. And I met him during the pandemic, had a melody in my head and couldn't really find anyone to produce it. And so my friend Willie Bradley said, hey, and he's a national recording artist as well, international trumpet player, and actually a featured artist on my latest single, So Glad I Met You.
That's right.
Yeah.
You beat me to that question. You beat me to that too. So, okay.
Yeah.
You're more prepared for this than I am. So.
Yeah. So, and of course, Willie is part of my team too, as a kind of mentor, if you will, an artist consultant. So if anybody needs him, give him a call. So there's Jeff, and then also, Daryl, of course, is instrumental in all of it. And then, Jeff gets all of the musicians together. There's a host of them, and they're all amazing. I will say Daryl Smith first, because I always mess up. I don't want to owe him another meal. So Daryl Smith, the bass player, and Robert Skinner, a bass player there. LaShawn Gary. I have Demetrius Neighbors. Who else?
Yes.
Joe Foster is on there with guitar. I think that's it. I may have one other person on there, but yeah, that's just an amazing crew of musicians that help me out. And then going to my other side of my business, I have my family, my kids. Yeah, my kids are actually part of
putting the kids to work, huh?
Yes, they are part of Castella Music. They, my daughter is my daughter, my manager.
She said daughter.
Yes, she does a lot. She takes all of my photos. She helps me stay organized. And just everything. She'll do makeup for me from time to time. And then there's my oldest son is my graphic designer. And, he'll approve the pictures that we select. He's like, no, not that one. He approves what we do. And then my other son, Tristan, my daughter's name is Kaylin. My oldest son, his name is Aaron. And my younger son, his name is Tristan. And he's the videographer who shot the video, Let Me Love You. And we're working on, the So Glad I Met You video as well. And I then, just the other day, I just signed with the Kenneth Carroll Agency, and they are my booking managers. And so that's part of my team as well.
Nice.
The
picture. Let's do this now. The picture, he approves all your pictures. Okay. So let's get down with the LBC.
Okay.
Long Beach County. Okay. So I'm going to give it to you when I was there. Okay. And I'm going to get back to one of these pictures. Okay. So do you remember the mall in Long Beach, California?
I do remember the mall.
Okay. The mall in Long Beach, California, that's when I was there. Okay. I was leaving as they were starting to condemn the mall, shut it down and everything like that. That was on PCH, right? Was that PCH or Long Beach Boulevard?
Off of Long Beach Boulevard.
Long Beach Boulevard. There you go. See? Thank you so much. Thank you. So we're on Long Beach Boulevard, right? And that just popped back in my head. So the train system that's there now, which is kind of like, what do they call it? Are they calling it a train or a tram?
Metro.
The Metro. Okay, so the Metro wasn't there, right? And I saw that picture of you, and you're sitting there, and I was like, the last time I was in Long Beach, and they actually finished building it. And I said, wait a minute, I was on one of those platforms. I said, oh my God. So you took the pictures on the Metro platform.
I did.
Those are nice. Those are really, really nice.
Thank you. And I can give a little tidbit on that one.
Throw it at me.
We were, my daughter and I were kind of scouting places to where we were like, where should we take these pictures? Because again, when I decided to, do the album, I really didn't have pictures, and I was up against a deadline and all that stuff. And that's why my initial album cover is a caricature of me, which just so happens to be a tattoo that my son has on his body that I said, you know what? I said, Aaron, can I use your tattoo for my album cover? And so that's a caricature of me on my wedding day that he has on his arm. And so we used it as my album cover, which I thought was pretty cool.
That's creativity, man. That's nice. I like that.
Yeah, he's a graphic designer. All of his tattoos on his body is art that he drew himself. But I digress. So we were kind of riding along, and we were in Long Beach at the time, and I said, "Oh wow, let's stop at this particular stop and see if the mural is still there, because I'm in one of the murals from years ago." And we stopped and we went and looked, and it was still there. I was like, "Oh my God, it's still up there!" And then we were kind of playing around, and I'm like, I should do some photos here. And so that's where we decided to do the photo shoot up on that platform on Long Beach Boulevard and Anaheim.
It's
my hood.
When you do things like that, it comes out and it's natural. It comes out so much better. So just to give you an idea where I was at, there was a Vons on Long Beach Boulevard. Mm-hmm. And don't know, I told you I'm 76. You might not get this, but I used to live behind there on Locust Avenue. But I remember going down to the world famous record store over there, VIP.
Now that's
always over there. MLK, right?
Yeah, that's
okay, good.
Both on PCH and MLK. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, my mind's not going. Okay, good. I thought I was losing a little bit. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put you in what I like to call the jazzmix95.com hot seat.
Oh no.
List of questions. Yeah, we got to do this. It's a list of questions that help our listeners and our viewers right now get to know you better. So these are going to rifle off. They're not really hard. They're not really long answers, I guess. It's just one answer. If you got something to pontificate on, then go on ahead and do it. You know what I mean? So, okay, you ready? Here we go. Start the timer. 60 seconds. No, I'm only kidding. So here we go. What is your favorite ice cream?
Ooh, mint chip.
Mint chip. What is your favorite color?
Blue, royal blue.
Ooh, loving. You see what I got on? See that?
Yes.
That's right. Okay, we're 1 for 1. Ding. We usually have a bell here where we ding, and I don't have it. I was looking for. I think somebody stole it. What is your favorite or your imaginative or your favorite dream car that you would like to own one day?
Oh man, it's this Mercedes wagon thing that just came out. I don't know what it's called, but a Mercedes. Yes.
Judges? Okay, we'll take that. What is the one thing that takes you back to your childhood?
Oh, my childhood. What takes me back to my childhood? Oh my goodness. Oh, you got me.
We can come back. We can come back.
Okay.
Okay, we'll come back to that one.
Come back to that one.
What is your all-time favorite movie?
This movie called Galaxy Quest.
Okay, I think I've seen it, and we're going to keep it moving. Oh, no, I'm only kidding. So, okay, what is your all-time favorite meal? Like, I got to have this, or it's just a wrap?
I love fried chicken.
There you go. Mm-hmm. I love it. Okay, here's a two-parter, maybe one, who knows. If you had to walk away from the music business today, but in order for you to be complete and feel complete about what you've done along your musical endeavors, if you had to do a duet to make it complete with someone, who would that person be and why?
Oh man, that's a tough one too. So many people out there to do duets with.
Okay, so I'm gonna help you out with this one. What is your favorite musician all time?
My all-time favorite song, I would say, is Sailing by Christopher Cross.
Loving You. Oh, yes. Loving You. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's my favorite song of all time. If I could, to walk away, I would probably love to do a duet with, let's say Jonathan Butler.
Oh,
I love him. I do.
Jonathan Butler.
I love him. I love the gospel. And I think that would be, if I had to walk away today, I would love to do a gospel duet song with him, because I will feel like I have left, some gospel on my plate as well as part of my repertoire. So yes, that would be Jonathan Butler. Yes.
All right. I think I know a little bit of answer, the answer to this next question. Maybe a little bit, maybe not. I don't know. What is your favorite rap artist?
My favorite rap artist.
Now, being from the LBC, you got a plethora out there now.
I love Snoop Dogg. He's cool.
Okay.
But I do love Tribe Called Quest.
Oh yes, and I've had a privilege hanging out with those guys. The Tribe, yes.
Snoop is the man. Snoop is the man.
You know, when I was out there, Warren G was doing his thing. So I mean, I love Snoop, Warren G, that whole the LBC thing, the 213.
And the twins, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Gotta love it. Okay, so your favorite Netflix series, or what are you watching on Netflix now?
I'm not really watching much of anything on Netflix, to be honest.
That's okay. That's okay. I'm not mad at you.
Okay. I can't really say. I don't think it's on Netflix, but my daughter's been watching Love Island.
Oh wow. Okay.
And so as a result, I have to kind of watch it too.
Yes. Oh, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Trust me. I know what you mean. Okay, so if you had 24 hours to live, right? Mm-hmm. And it was a wrap after that, where would you go and what would you do?
Where would I go and only 24 hours to live?
24 hours to live. I'm taking this off the Lock song, 24 hours to live.
Would I be sick? No, just...
No. You'd be like, hey, man, I got 24 hours and you're out,
What? I don't know. My gosh, I don't know what I would do with 24 hours. I would go to Niagara Falls because that's someplace I've never been. It's nice. It's on my bucket list. I'd fly to Niagara Falls. I'd get a massage. I'd come home and I'd have a great meal out there in New York and maybe even go into Canada and sing a little bit from my Canadian friends and then come home.
There you go. I ain't mad at you. Okay, so now what I found compelling is, and that's the end of the hot seat right there. We're done with that. There's a quote on your website on your website that is just so beautiful. And I think I know you know where I'm going with this. Mm-hmm. And the quote is, and I'm encouraging all my listeners to go check you out at castellamusic.com. It's beautiful. It says, no one has the luxury of time. Tomorrow's not promised to you. Live your life, pursue your dreams as if you won't have a tomorrow.
Right. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
That's it. Did you write that or something comes? That's you.
That's me. I wrote that.
That's you. That's what I'm loving about you. That's what I'm talking about. So, okay. So one more time before we get out of here, my people can find your music on all the media streaming formats.
Yes.
Okay, cool. And we want them to go to castellamusic.com, go out there, show your love, buy the music. I listen to it. I would never steer you wrong about this. It's, people that come on the show are people who I have a lot of love for in their music, and I love their music. So you guys go out there, definitely check it out. I want to thank you for your time, and you're always welcome back. You're always welcome back. Definitely.
Thank you.
You hit me from the blind side with the music, and I was pretty much like, oh my God, she has got it going on. I love this, and I'm glad that we had a chance to hook up on social media to talk and all that. And you always have a home here at jazzmix95.com. You want us to drop something, we are here. Look, that's the end of my questions because the paper's blank now. So
that wasn't so bad.
No, it wasn't so bad. And I wanted you to have fun. You know what I mean? A lot of people come on and they're like apprehensive and they're like, oh my God, he's going to ask me about. No, we're not. One thing we do on here that one thing we don't do on here that I will never do. I don't like talking about artists and their personal business, all that other stuff. I keep it music, keep it straight. I want to see people go out there and enjoy your music and what you created for them. So. Mm-hmm. Okay, one more time before we get out of here. International recording artist Castella, I want to thank you for your time, sweetheart. It's been a pleasure, and we're going to hook up again, definitely.
Yes.
Guys, we'll see you next time on jazzmix95.com, The Conversation, and all that good stuff. Keep spreading the love. God bless you all. Peace. We'll see you next time.